Hi friends, today we are going to talk about 5 steps. 5 steps to become a successful farmer, or 5 principles that will make you a successful farmer. It's very important that you should know these 5 steps is very important for you. For me, it is out of experience that we are coming out with this. For us and the team, these are the steps that govern our farm. These are the 5 main principles that we have been using. And I think believe that's what is giving us success that we would like to share with you. In order to talk about the 5 steps of becoming a successful farmer, the very first thing we'll do is to know who is a farmer. A farmer is someone who engages in agricultural activities with his first objective to make profit. As a farmer, so it's different from gardening. It's also different from research you do or just planting plants. But it's different because a farmer engages in agricultural activities with the main objective to make profit. That's the person that is a farmer. So that said, I also want you to understand that farming is among the 10 most dangerous investments in the world, or the most risky, top 10 most dangerous investments in the world, or the most risky. In Africa is the top 4 most dangerous or most risky investments. So when you look at this, you realize that it's very important that you know what it is to be a farmer and how you can go about it to be a successful farmer. So the very first principle that you must know, but before that, let me tell you that I am Caleb Munzi, the project coordinator of Gombe Integrated Ranch. Gombe Integrated Ranch is an integrated farm that we do livestock. We are into cattle, poultry farming. We also do perennial crops like avocados, and then plantation, and many other different crops. We also do vegetable farming, maize, watermelon, tomatoes, you can name the rest. There are a lot of them. It's an integrated farm. We are running an integrated farm. Just want to say that we have been very, very successful in it. There have also been challenges. There have been difficult moments, but that's why we are here to share these 5 steps. It's going to help you. So take it very seriously. Maybe you get your pen and paper so that you jot down these 5 steps or 5 principles you must watch out on in order to be a successful farmer. The very first one is your mind, like I said. Your mind. The mind is very important. In order to succeed in farming, you have to develop a successful mindset, a positive mindset. Yeah, the mind. I know many of you did not even know that I'm going to start with the mind. But let me tell you, when it comes to agriculture, the mind really counts. You see, when a business is more risky or more dangerous, it's also worth trying. Why? Because a lot of people that start farming will not sail through. So it puts you on a better stand if you can really sail through, if you can succeed. It's no doubt that the self-made billionaires in Africa, in the world even, they are farmers. Just try to check on the amount of food that your government is importing every year. All those food is coming from where? From farms. So it's quite a lucrative business. Strong people in the world are farmers. So if you want to venture in farming, you are in the right place. So follow these 5 principles. Know that the very first thing is mind readiness. Be ready to become a farmer. Make up your mind to be a farmer. Decide that you want to go into farming and you take things seriously with that. Do not get into it that today you are a farmer, tomorrow you are not. We grew up especially in our own part of the world, a lot of people, they say they are farmers, but I really wonder how the kind of farmers that they are. But here in Gombe Integrated Ranch, we want to encourage those that really go into farming, that they get involved in this business of farming that they really get involved with this business, in this business of farming with their minds. Who is that person that have a successful mindset? Is someone that sees challenges as opportunity for learning and growth. Someone that set clear and achievable goals. Person with a good mindset is someone that reframe failure as an opportunity, and that's a learning experience. And even when you succeed along the way, you celebrate your progress, you celebrate your success, but still being consistent in what you are doing. The mind is the key in everything that you do. The mind is the key. Guiding your mind is the key to unlock the doors to become a successful farmer. If you are not ready at the level of your mind, it will be very difficult for you to make it as a farmer. So decide, you have to make up your mind, be ready, prepare yourself, and know that you are venturing in a very risky environment, in a very risky venture, and you put everything in place, and I want to assure you that you will succeed. I'm not also saying all this to scare you. I'm just simply wanting you to know that farming is something that is not for kids, it's for adults. You see, I sometimes don't blame our governments, because you hear programs for the youth, programs upon program for the youth. Sometimes they'll invest projects of 50 million, 20 million, even up to 50, but you come after 5 years, you no longer see those projects. You begin asking yourself, what's the problem? The problem, first of all, everything starts with the mind. Just depending on what the kind of mindset that you have. But if you fix your mind well, you prepare your mind, you get your mind ready for farming, you are going to sail through. Remember, it takes a lot of investments to succeed in a farm project, so it's something that you need to guard against your mind. That's why I want to tell you of mind readiness is our very, very first point. The problem is the mind. The problem is the mind. Sometimes I ask myself, why is it that many young people that agriculture is this lucrative? What are they doing in those small businesses that they do? Of which, if we develop here, it's going to come out very, very well. So guard your mind is very important. I also I'm a creationist. I believe in God who created this world, and the world was very perfect when God created it. So God is a God of perfection. So if you are venturing into these natural things, it's about perfection. It's about 100%. 99.99 is questionable. That's why your mind must be very ready. Just imagine someone that goes into brooding, gets day-old chicks, and sleeps at night. Instead of checking on the heat and all those things, you don't check anything. You have to sleep. That shows you were not prepared for what you are going. So get ready at the level of the mind before starting this farming venture, so that you don't cry in the long run. That's my very first point. I've tarried a little bit on this one. The second one will go very fast. The second one is choose wisely the kind of farming that you want to do. You see, sometimes we move in different places and we see what others are already doing. Maybe in an integrated farm like this one, you see that these people, they are successful, and you just say, oh, they are successful in yam farming, in maize, in plantains. Okay, I'm also going to do an integrated farm. No, that's not how it works. Choose wisely the kind of farming means you want to do farming. Yes, sit down, do a lot of research, check on your geographical area, check on your ready market, check on that's the availability of maybe your consumers, the product, the kind of farm you produce. What that will works in your area, you see, before you venture in it. Yes, so that at least when you are producing, you'll be able to sell what you produce. So check on what works for you. You may choose to do broilers. Yes, broilers, ensure that you have the market. You may choose to do maybe maize. Ensure that you have the market. Check on the market. So in this, choose wisely the kind of farming. Maybe in struggling to choose wisely the kind of farming, you realize that you are lacking in experience. What you can do is you can partner with people that are already into it. You can visit other farms. Please choose wisely the kind of farming. Don't be moved here by emotions. Make sure you go by principles, because farming, like I tell you, goes 100%. Let me tell you this: in this world that we live in, there are 3 categories of people in the world. The very first category are those that always generate a lot of ideas. Give them, you just want to suggest something, they will give every idea that they know. They are so good and so perfect in that. They generate so much ideas, but they can't materialize. If you ask them to materialize, it will be difficult for them. The second category are those that are able to materialize whichever idea you suggest to them, but they cannot generate ideas. You see, we are trained in a slave mindset. This category is called those of the slave mindset. And let me shock you by knowing that, by telling you that here in Africa, they are struggling to train so many Africans to adopt this slave mindset. You know, just manage what has been given to you. Don't bother to generate anything. And that's sometimes how most of our training goes. No. And the third category here is the ones that are able to generate the ideas, and they are also able to materialize them. Let me surprise you that this particular set, in the whole world that we live in, we have just 2% of this set. No doubt how the millionaires in Africa are not too many, or the billionaires are not many. We have just 2% in the whole wide world. all the population in the world, just 2% of the world's population are able to actually generate ideas, and they are also able to marginalize the ideas that they have generated. So most of them are in one category. Either they are there just to ideas creators, or maybe the other ones just to implement what has been given. I don't know where you belong, but if you want to really be a successful farmer, you need to work your mind to be able to generate and also to be able to implement. Is very important for you. It's just going to help you to succeed. That's why I said the mind, and also this one will also help for you to choose wisely the kind of farming you need to do, because choosing wisely is trying to create an idea, and you will now have to move to the phase of implementing. And there's no way you will not succeed if you have to do it, or if you go about it just this way that me I'm telling you. So that's the second thing. The third one is the land, the farmland. I want to talk on some few things that you need to know about the farmland that you are choosing, because a lot of people actually, they have the money, they have the ideas, they have maybe the personnel, but the problem really that will make them not to succeed is their land. So we want to choose a farmland, know the kind of crop already that I have to do, know the kind of place, check about accessibility, check about enough water, check about energy, the kind of energy that you will use. Work on the farmland. Do not pick a land before you start struggling to see. And this one slows down a lot of people if you are unable to choose the right place for your farming. You see, sometimes people just say, no, I have a land in my village, I want to go and do a farming in your village. How about the consumers? How about the energy? How about water? How about all those stuff? It's when they go and start and they have put so much money there and they realize that the site that they chose was not good, and maybe they have to relocate. You see, that's why sometimes it becomes discouraged. So choose your land wisely. Point number 4 is your time. You see, these principles that I'm giving, you can't find it anywhere. It's about experience, and this is what will make you succeed in your farming experience, in your farming journey. You want to be a farmer? Yes, it's a lucrative business. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but power. So you can succeed. You can conquer even farming. Yes, but take these principles seriously. I've talked about your mind. I've talked about choose wisely the kind of farming. I've talked about your land. Now I'm on your time. Timing is very important for a farmer. You see, one of the greatest assets we have in our hands as human beings, leave even farming aside, one of the greatest assets we have in our hands as human beings is time. Time lost can never be regained. So also when it comes to farming, time is very, very important, because you have to know when to nurse, when to plant, when to harvest, when to meet customers. When all these times and seasons is very important that you respect them. So time, check out your time. Farmers are people that are very much alert when it comes to time. You see, many people fail in projects. Take for instance, you want to keep 5,000 birds. You stock the birds in a wrong time. At the end, you will not make the money. You will run out of this thing. Because that you did not plan well. You did not respect timing. So for me, you may see it too small. Sometimes you are a farmer. You have to have the time that you have to nurse it. Even your workers should know that they don't play with time, because even their input is based on the timing. So check very well your time. I may not go into detail because I want to keep this video short and I want all these points to enter in this one video. But I also want to encourage you that you should know that time is very important. If you want to know more, please you check on that. And my very last point, I'm going to give you the very last point in the very next video that I'm going to give. Remember, keep in mind that I've talked about 4 points already. Your mind, choose wisely the kind of farming you have to do, the land, and your time. Watch out for my very next video. I'll give you the 5 most, and this one to me is very important. In fact, it is the cap of it. You understand? And here in Kome Integrated Ranch, everything we do centers around these 5 principles. And I believe if you put them in practice also, you are going to succeed. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Please, if you are new, subscribe, share to those your social media platform that you think can be of help to some other people. Tell them that we can make it here in Africa in agriculture. We can succeed wherever we find ourselves in the world in agriculture. It's very, very important, but follow these principles. Watch out for my very next video. I'll talk only on the 5th point, which is the most important point. Thank you. Bye-bye.